God message today, the whisper beyond the veil. I saw you standing at the edge again, Eliana, the wind tugging at your cloak, the sky heavy with silence, and your spirit weighed with the questions you dare not speak aloud. You think I haven't heard? You think I haven't watched you cry in the night beneath the fig tree of Gareth's Hill, hoping no one sees the tears that your strength tries to bury? But I am there. I've always been there. You asked me, Father, why does it feel like I'm surrounded, yet so alone? You asked, why do they come smiling but leave me empty? You've sensed it, the subtle twisting of peace into pressure, the smiles that don't reach the eyes, the kindness laced with control. That was not from me. That presence was not holy. My daughter, my son, listen. You are not paranoid. You are not too much. You are spiritually awake in a world that wears masks stitched by the shadows. And not every hand that reaches for yours is one I sent. Some carry poison hidden behind polished words. Some smile only to disarm. In the city of Larethiel, beneath golden arches and crystal steeples, there once walked a woman named Melis. She was beloved by many, but not all who said peace to her truly meant it. She welcomed wolves into her chamber, believing their howls to be harmonies, and by the time she saw their teeth, her garden was already trampled. You, Eliana, are standing in the same threshold, but I am not silent. There is one in your life now who is cloaked in warmth but woven with lies. Yes, I speak plainly because time is too short for subtlety. You felt it in your chest, that twist, that tension. You tried to silence it. You tried to be loving, understanding, hopeful, but what you were really doing was ignoring me. That uneasy breath, that heaviness when they enter the room, that flicker of dread when they call your name, that was me. My spirit has been whispering, screaming, stirring the waters inside you. You say, but Lord, they're so kind. And I say, kindness is not confirmation. You say, but they help me. And I say, so does a baited hook. Do not be fooled by form. The enemy does not wear horns. He wears halos made of glass and cloaks stitched from the praise of men. He studies your wounds. He studies your prayers. And he sends a counterfeit wrapped in the shape of your desire. Listen, in the town of Aramiel, there was a shepherd who refused to discern. He welcomed all into his field. He fed the fox alongside the lamb. And one night the flock scattered, bloodied and broken, because he would not draw the line. Do not be that shepherd. You have prayed for protection. I am giving it to you now in the form of truth. You ask, how can I be sure? And I answer, the signs have already been given. You've seen how they avoid light. You've seen how peace fades when they linger too long. You've heard the contradiction between their lips and their life. Test the fruit. Do they bring you closer to me or subtly pull you away? Do they speak my name or twist it to suit their desires? Do they encourage your purpose or distract you with emotional chaos? My messengers bring peace, not confusion. They build, not drain. They sharpen your discernment, not dull your convictions. So why do you hesitate? Is it fear of being alone? Do you trust their presence more than my promise? Have you forgotten that I see the scroll before it's written, the dagger before it's drawn? Child, I do not take without purpose. When I remove, it is for protection. When I close a door, it's because the fire behind it would consume you. In the halls of Terevan, a girl named Sareli held tightly to a friend I never sent. He spoke of loyalty, he gave gifts, but he bent her soul into a shape that couldn't hold my anointing, and so I broke the bond. not to punish her, but to preserve her destiny. You are Sareli now. You stand in that moment. Will you obey my voice? You cry for clarity, but I've all. Now hear me. The enemy is not always loud. He often hides behind helpfulness, but his mission is consistent to derail, to distract, to detour. That smile you love, it hides an assignment. That laughter, it cloaks a weapon. That connection, it's draining you by design. If you stay, if you ignore this moment, you will see what I try to prevent unfold in slow, painful precision. There is a cost to ignoring my voice, but there is a glory in obeying. I will not leave you empty. For every relationship I end, I restore with something rooted in my covenant. For every person I remove, I send one forged in heaven, not manufactured by need. But you must choose. Choose to walk away before the storm proves what I've already spoken. Choose to trust my warning, not your wants. Choose to value your destiny more than your comfort. Eliana, listen. The kingdom I've placed in you cannot be built alongside a saboteur. Your calling is too high to anchor to someone who cannot rise. There will come a day, soon, where you will thank me for this moment, where clarity will flood the pages and you'll see every red flag for what it was, divine mercy. Let the separation come, let the silence fall, let them walk if they must. You do not lose when you obey. You are preserved. You are protected. You are positioned. I will send the ones who carry my oil, who sharpen your faith, who reflect the light, not distort it. But first, you must let go of the illusion. This is your moment of discernment. This is your exodus from entanglement. This is your crossing into clarity. Walk away. I am waiting on the other side, and what I've prepared for you is holy. The separation, a father's final warning. I do not speak to you in riddles, child of the flame. I do not mask my warnings in mystery. When danger approaches, I thunder like storm winds across the hills of Virelai. But even in my loudest roar, some still choose silence over surrender. My heart breaks, Ailira. It breaks not because I am weak, but because I have loved you with the fire of eternity. And to watch you drift toward shadows that wear a smile, to see you cling to what is draining you, to hear you pray for clarity while ignoring the clarity I already gave, that is what tears me. I want to protect you. I want to cover you under the wings of my justice like the eagles of Arden Vale. I want to guide your feet along the paths of light, but I will not chain your will. I have given you choice, because love without choice is slavery, not salvation. So I plead, so I warn, so I whisper and thunder again and again until you hear me or walk away from me. Alien, you have felt it, that small catch in your chest, that unease in their presence. You've noticed the smile that doesn't reach their eyes, the comfort that somehow leaves you cold. You told yourself to overlook it. You called it insecurity. But I tell you, it was discernment. I gave you eyes to see beneath the veil. You prayed for truth. I sent it in dreams, in moments, in strangers. You asked me, God, if they are not from you, why are they still here? And I answer, because you have not walked away. You still wait for them to change. You still hope that the deception was a misunderstanding. But my child, how many more red flags must you gather before you build the fence I told you to build? They were never sent by me. They were sent to delay, to distract, to drain, to pull you from my fire until all that remains is the smoke of what once was passion. They speak peace, but leave you with chaos. They say they care, but their presence dims your light. You once danced in freedom. Now you walk in fog. This is not what I planned. In the land of Serendel, there was a woman named Naelis. She believed too long, she ignored too many warnings, and by the time the truth was undeniable, her garden was already poisoned. I loved her, I tried to reach her, but my voice cannot save the one who refuses to obey. Elira, don't become Naelis. You're still at the edge. You still have a chance. And so I speak again. Separate. Now. This person, yes, that one, they are not who they claim to be. They wear kindness like a costume. They speak in tones dipped in honey, but their intentions are laced with acid. They don't want your freedom. They want access. They want control. But I have called you to rise, not be wrapped. You wonder, what if I'm wrong? And I ask you, what if I'm right? What if everything your spirit has been screaming is not fear, but prophecy? What if that sick feeling after the call isn't anxiety, but warning? You've cried after being with them, haven't you? You've second guessed yourself more since they came, haven't you? You've drifted from me, just a little, not on purpose, but enough to notice, since they've gotten close. That is not a coincidence. The enemy doesn't always come roaring. Sometimes he comes listening, smiling, affirming your fears just enough to earn your trust, then slowly eroding your purpose until you call it love. This is how he works: subtle, strategic, serpentine. He knows he cannot pull you from my hand, so he sends someone to convince you to let go. Elira, I gave you discernment not for decoration, but for battle. That flicker of unrest, that was me. That contradiction between their words and their walk, that was me unveiling. Those moments you thought, this isn't right, even if you couldn't explain why. That was my spirit tugging your sleeve. But I cannot drag you out. I can only show you the open gate. If you stay, the storm will come. If you stay, the mask will drop. If you stay, you will see what I tried to shield you from. But by then, the wound will already be bleeding. I'm not punishing you, child. I'm protecting you. This isn't cruelty. This is mercy that looks like separation. You were not made to carry this weight. You were not built to love someone who was engineered to break you. I know your heart, how tender it is. I know you want to believe the best, to hold on for hope's sake. But hope, when placed in what I never authored, turns into chains. Let go. You do not need their apology to obey me. You do not need to wait for the damage to justify your exit. You only need to trust my voice. I will never lead you wrong. I have heard your prayers, everyone. I know your heart longs for companionship, connection, clarity, and I will provide. But I cannot give you wholly when your hands are full of counterfeit. You must choose. Choose to trust the unease instead of pushing it aside. Choose to believe my voice over your feelings. Choose to walk out, even if you have to walk alone, because I will walk with you. What I have for you cannot fit in the same space as what I am calling you to release. That is the law of the Spirit. Make room, and I will fill it. There are companions aligned with your purpose waiting to enter your life, those who will sharpen you, speak life over you, stir your faith instead of suffocating it. But they cannot walk in while your gates are still occupied by the one I told you to remove. This person, this relationship, this situation, it is a spiritual assignment. Its purpose is not just emotional pain, but spiritual depletion. If you do not break it, it will break you. Do you hear me? I am not warning you to cause fear, but to call forth freedom. And if you obey, you will feel the weight lift. You will wake up with peace. You will stop second guessing, stop shrinking, stop dimming your fire. You will breathe again. But if you stay, you will grieve, not just them, but the version of yourself you could have become If only you had listened. Elira, beloved of the Most High, listen to me now. Obedience is better than sorrow. Peace is better than emotional comfort. Clarity is better than compromise. Let go. Walk away. Shut the door I've been trying to close. And when you do, I will open another. One bathed in light. One that leaded. This is not loss. This is deliverance. If you feel the weight of my words now, if you know in your spirit that I am speaking to you, then type it, speak it, declare it. I choose freedom. And let the heavens bear witness to your courage. Let the enemy tremble at your obedience. Let your future rise on the ruins of what you released. I have so much more for you. But first, this must end. Choose me. Choose peace. Choose destiny. Choose freedom. And step into what I've prepared. God bless you. Type yes if you believe in God. Type 111 if you believe in God.